is a new day. Pull your bridges up and tie your shoelace. Don't worry about them haters, send them bouquets. Get that dough in a few ways.
Hey everybody, this is Alvin Brown, and this is Soulful Saturday. In this edition, what we're going to talk about is what's holding you back from rising and shining and being your best self. Because I realize myself, after my own self journey and my own introspection, the only thing holding me back from getting what I want is the thought that something's holding me back. And that's a quote you'll see floating around the internet. So I wanted to take that and extend it. And what I've been doing throughout the week, if you don't follow me on social media, check me out on social media, alvin.b.brown, and Journey to Personal Greatness on my Instagram, Self-Mastery on my Twitter, and Journey to Personal Greatness on my Facebook, and the Center for Healing on my Facebook. Check it out, because each morning I give you a 1-minute insert to prime the topic and to get you through the week and pump some juice into you. And then Saturday, today, I culminate it all and give it to you in one big dose. So that's what I do. Check me out on there, because I'm going to let these videos roll and I'm going to continue. The topic is what's holding you back. So here we go. Check it out. Everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. All right, new fresh week. I am back in my hood. Anyways, check it out. I had a week away, as you know. Some of you know anyways. I've been in San Francisco, and I got some time to think, some time to really pay attention to what's going on. And I wanted to talk about this week, rise and shine. What's stopping you from rising and shining, if there is something stopping you? Because I saw the quote not too long ago, and it says, what's holding you back is a thought that something's holding you back. So nothing's really holding you back. But this week I want to talk about what are the four key things that might be holding you back from rising and shining to exactly the person you should be and you should operate like in this reality. All right? And that's what we're going to dig into in the seminar coming up. But that's what I'm going to dig into this week and give it to you all on the download. All right, everybody, have a great week. Peace and love. Everybody, rise and shine. All right, so this week we're talking about what's holding you back from rising and shining and being the absolute beast that you are. All right, so here's the first thing we're going to start with. Us. We're going to start with us. We're going to talk also about this 3-pound mass and its 5 friends called your senses, how they can fool you. Here's how they fool you. What you see, what you hear, what you feel isn't always what it is. All right, so check it out. If you're out of money, let's start with finances. Are you poor? Are you just out of money? Because at any moment you can turn it around and make more money. But if you're thinking you're poor, it's going to affect how you feel and affects what you see. All right, how about if you won or lost a contest, like a lot of my competitors? Are you a loser, or did you just get another chance to try it again and to tweak what you did and come back? See what I mean? So if you're believing what you see, hear, and feel, it's going to mess you right up. And that's how you don't rise and shine. It starts within. So start to challenge this 3-pound brother up here and ask it, is it real? All right? Rise and shine. Peace. Everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. All right, so this week we're talking about what could be holding you back. What are some of the hidden, limited beliefs that might be holding you back, and how can you spot them? All right, so number 2 on my list is this. When I look around at my life, whether it be my relationships, my body, my profession, my whatever it is, when I look at it and I look at my results, I can always tell and I can always go back to my standards. What are my standards in that area? Are they too low? And do I need to raise my standards? Because your standards, your results in your life, when you look around at it, it talks about what you will allow to happen in your life. Some people have high standards about their body, and you look at them and they have great bodies. Some people have high standards about their finances, and they raise their game to reach that. It's your standards. Sometimes you need to look around and start to look at, what are my standards? What am I allowing? And in some areas, you got to raise your standards, man. Don't accept it, all right? Rise and shine. Everybody, what's going on? All right, so this week we're talking about what's holding you back from rising and shining. Here's another reason, I think, a really good one. You're making this game about you. Every time you turn it on you, that's why people get anxious when they get stage fright, is because you start making it about you. I always make it about the message and who I'm affecting. Every morning when I get up and do these videos, it's not about me. It's about sharing my 20 plus years of working with people and hearing what they struggle with, and I want to share that with you and with my audience. And I'm going to use the power of this internet to do that each morning. So I make it about you, so I can get up and do this. This is why I do it, and this is how I do it every morning. So my fitness clients, when you're working out, it may seem like I'm building my body for me and it's maybe an ego thing. It's not. It's about inspiring other people to get up and take care of themselves, and it inspires them. That's why you have so many people joining you and your fans. It's not about you, it's about them. So if you want to rise and shine daily and every day and be consistent, make it about someone else. Everybody, what's going on? Rise and shine. All right, this is the last one for the week before we move into the long weekend. We're talking about what's holding us back. What's holding us back? Freeing ourselves, emancipating ourselves, and living the biggest life we can live. Here's why. It takes courage. It takes courage to step out there and really rise and shine and give it our best and live our best lives. Here's why. In your brain, neuroscience-wise, in your brain, having courage and stepping out lights up the same area as pain and as dying. Human beings do two things. We move towards pleasure or away from pain. And when you think about stepping out and being courageous and just giving your best, your absolute from here, it causes pain. It lights it up and it pushes us back into mediocrity. All right. So, but here's the beauty. Every time you face the pain, it soothes and it gets a little bit better and you step out more. So that's how we beat it, people. All right. Have a great weekend. Peace and love.
All right. So welcome back. How was it? See, throughout the week, I'm telling you, I'm giving you these little inserts, and they're all to help get you to really think. I love, because the only thing that separates you from what you want is up here. And if I can just spark one idea in you to get you to turn the key, turn that dial just one notch, you're literally just one notch away from getting what you want, the success that you're looking for. And notice on the last day, Friday, I talked about courage. Courage is so key. I keep going back to that, man, because I tell you, we let the world out there, we just, some parts in us, and it's built in, as I talked about in the old Paleolithic brain, the old brain, it was a survival mechanism, because to be ousted out of the group, out of your herd, that meant death. If you were staying alone or standing alone on the outside, it meant death to us. So in our prehistoric brain, wired in is this fear button that just sits in. It's wired, and the more we don't face up to what we want, and the more we step back into mediocrity, it gets that easy, because what you do often gets fired that much easy. It's like golf, it's like anything else, boxing, any repetitive motion. What you're doing, baseball, what you're doing is you're building a pathway, a route that quickly fires, and the more you back away from what you know you should be doing, it gets easier to do it. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So you back away from this part, you back away from that part, but it gets easier. And the flip side is, the more you face your fear, it becomes the foundation of your new strength. So I love that last part, and I'm always going to be hitting you over and over again with this idea of courage. You know, that's the one thing I loved about my boxing experience, is climbing up those 3 steps and stepping in that rope and knowing that no one will be there once the bell rings. You have to face your fear, and you have to just go right into it, and whatever happens at the end, happens at the end, but you just face it. And that's how it is opening a business, running a business. It's the same thing. Every day, you don't know. At the beginning, it's a struggle. The learning curve is steep. And that's what large percent of businesses fail. It's a steep curve. So it takes courage, man. It takes courage to go out there and vulnerability to be exactly who you are, to sing your own song and to step out, do these videos, to express who you are. Because the naysayers, or the crabs in the barrel, will pull you back down every time you try to climb out. You got to push forward. You got to have that courage. So that's what I talk about this week. What's holding you back? It's all between your ears. And I want you to investigate that. Take out your journal. If you don't have a journal, get yourself a journal. Any journal will do. But I want you to talk to yourself, because you know the answers. If you can journal, what the journal allows you to do is to take a 20,000, 40,000 foot view of your life. This is why you can give everybody else great advice, but you can't take it yourself. You're too into it. Journal. Get yourself out. What's holding you back? I want you to write it down. What do you think's holding you back? I want you to look at it and really investigate it. And is it real? And what's the worst case scenario? Is it going to kill you? If it is, if it's going to put you in danger, then don't do it. But if it's a fake danger, step right into it and face it. Because I tell you, you're going to love who you become. Each time you face that fear, you just step up, and it's become the foundation of your strength, and everybody else will be wondering, how did you do it? And now you can help others to come along. Drag them out of the barrel from the rest of the crabs. All right? So check it out. What's holding you back? All right, visit our website, the Center for Healing and Peak Performance.com, journeytopersonalgreatness.com. Don't forget about our greatness event coming up in Toronto. We changed the date. I made the date more conducive to people who are close, because I heard a lot of people say, man, I want to make it, but that time for me, putting in August was too tight. Everyone goes away in August. It's that last bit before the fall comes. So it's now September 15th and 16th, same time, 5 to 9 on the Friday, 9 to 5 on the Saturday. We're just going to close the doors, and we're going to get down to business. We're going to build you your blueprint so you can drive hard and get to where you want and build that courage that you need. All right? Until Monday Mindset. Have a great weekend. Actually, in Canada, I'm not sure about North America, but in Canada, we have a long weekend. So have a great long weekend. Have a great weekend. Peace and love, my people. Peace out.
Today's a new day. Pull your bridges up and tie your shoelace. Don't worry about them haters. Send them bouquets. Get that dough in a few ways. Pack your tears up inside your suitcase. Cause it's a long ass road. Sometimes